Hi, this is Anand Vasu, and you're watching Anand on Cricket. Now, Ravindra Jadeja is one wicket away from a very, very important milestone. He will become only the second Indian cricketer to take 200 wickets and score 2000 runs in one day internationals. That stat should surprise you because the first one to do it was Kapil Dev. And in all the years since then, India have not produced one other cricketer who's been able to do both these things, score 2000 runs and take 200 wickets. Now, there have been fast bowlers who have taken 200 wickets, there have been spinners who have taken 200 wickets, but none of them have been also able to bat high enough in the order to give themselves a chance of scoring 2000 runs. We all know that India has been in the search of all-rounders for a long time now in order to balance their sides. Now, Hardik Pandya plays that very crucial role where he can bowl, clocking up to 140 kilometers an hour, sometimes pushing it even further, and his batting has come on in leaps and bounds. No longer is he just a player who comes out and hits the long ball using his muscularity and his height to great effect, but he can also stabilize an innings if wickets fall early. We saw that earlier in this Asia Cup. But having said that, Jadeja is a really special cricketer to this Indian team. He, for me, for mine, will always be the first person penciled into a team sheet, whether it comes to T20 cricket, Test cricket, or one day internationals. When he first came into the Indian team, he was a bit misunderstood. I'll tell you why. He had scored two triple centuries in first class cricket. So everyone thought of him as a batsman who also bowled a little bit. But in the Indian setup, with a strong top order, he established himself as a bowler who could contribute some vital runs down the order. Now, there are many reasons for this. First of which is that when Saurashtra play their home games, they prepare two types of tracks. When they are looking for points, when they need the points to go to the next stage in the Ranji Trophy or to stay where they are in the Ranji Trophy, they produce rank turners. On those turners, Jadeja used to run through sides because on a turning track, the trickiest thing to play is a straight ball, and Jadeja can use his variations. He'll go wide of the crease, he'll go high arm action, round arm action, over the wicket, round the wicket. He'll do 100 different things, but the ball will land on the exact same spot, which is what gives him the best chance to hit the top of off stump. You play for the turn, LBW or bowled. You play for the straight one, little natural variation, and you're nicking off to slip. So Jadeja mastered the art of bowling on different kind of pitches. When they needed to consolidate their position, Saurashtra would play on flat decks, and it is on some of these flat decks that Jadeja made big runs in domestic cricket. But coming to international cricket, I don't think there is a fielder in India at the moment who is better than him as an all-round fielder. He has a very safe pair of hands if he's fielding close in. He's got great anticipation if he's fielding in the outfield. So when just as a stroke is being played, he knows whether to go to his right or to his left. And it seems like he's in position even before the ball gets there. That's called excellent anticipation and ball sense, which is something that Jadeja is just blessed with, was born with, but he's worked very hard on his fielding. Make no mistake about that. He's got a rocket throw, and more than anyone else in this Indian team, he is the one likely to hit the stumps in a pressure situation when you just have to pick the ball up, use your muscle memory, and throw the stumps down. Most players need to take a second to compose themselves, aim at the stumps, and decide which end to throw and throw. Jadeja is not like that. The ball comes to him, it's just one fluid motion, bang. Most often, the batsman is found short when Jadeja hits the stumps. His batting in recent times has come up in leaps and bounds. So much so that in Test cricket, he's a banker for this Indian team. Whether they're playing at home or they're playing away, India have preferred Jadeja over Ashwin on occasions simply because of the balance he lends to the team. And this balance is going to be absolutely crucial in the World Cup. India play different teams at different venues and have to adapt very quickly. Now, you might think that all pitches in India are the same, but this is not true. There are subtle variations. Some grounds have longer boundaries, some grounds have pitches where the ball will do a bit in the air early on, some grounds will just be slow and turn, and Jadeja is a man for all seasons. I can tell you this from first hand experience because I saw once in South Africa, in Durban, as the Indian net session was coming to a close, Jadeja came up to bowl some medium pace. The tailenders, obviously, mostly the fast bowlers, were batting, so there was no one to bowl quick to them. So Jadeja of 5 paces came in and bang, the ball just zipped through. He was bowling from just a short run up. You can't even call it a run up, not much longer than his usual spin run up, and yet he was hurrying batsmen, he was getting the ball to bounce. That's because he has strength. As a bowler, a spin bowler, orthodox spin bowler, finger spin bowler especially, you need strength in 2 parts, shoulder and fingers, and Jadeja has that in abundance. The shoulder is what allows him to bowl at the consistent pace in the last spell of the day as in the first spell of the day. The wrist, the fingers is what allows him to put that action on the ball, which gets it to dip, which gets it to turn. In that sense, I think Jadeja, if you wanted to build a cricketer from ground up, if you asked artificial intelligence or if you asked scientists to come up with a template of a cricketer who would do well in Indian conditions and for an Indian team, even away, Ravindra Jadeja is what you would build. He bats, he bowls, he fields. He's intelligent enough to think for himself and adapt to a situation, but he's also smart enough to understand what the captain wants, and if the captain tells him to do a particular role at a particular time, he can execute that, putting his ego aside at the time. In that sense, he's your ideal cricketer, and he's going to be a very, very key figure, not just in the Asia Cup, but also in the World Cup. I do hope you enjoyed this bit about Jadeja. If you did, please do like, share, subscribe. You can find me on various social media platforms. I urge you to do so and share this with your friends as well. Thank you for watching.